RenderForest.com.
So, okay, we are recording.
I can't get over the spider.
You can't get over the spider?
No, it's just so out there.
It is a
pointed
bit
him
strange.
Jim. Like, I hope Lid join on later because he's currently not here. But
yeah, unfortunately, I'm neither friends with Lid or have his number.
Yeah,
unlike
like
Jim.
he just joined. Like, we'll see. I hope he will join us later, and also, like, it's a difference if Jib wasn't here or Reggie wasn't here, because we're going to do some scenes. We decide the rest of the story. He's still on the trial basis. Like I say, like, if we don't feel it's a good match, he maybe, we're like, maybe.
I thought Lid was a girl.
This is not the right fit or same. So yeah, maybe like I've set up who's gonna meet who for some discussions, some meetings with some people. So maybe I will switch out Jingles for one of you guys, and we'll just see how that happens.
Okay.
Yeah. So that goes with that goes in what we did last time. The last session we played is you guys meeting Jingles and meeting Nessa, and of course Nessa, and for them being introduced to you guys and how a little bit how this stuff works. Meet some of the characters. Nessa scared of, I don't know, not Nessa, Jingles scared of like Josh, and you guys mostly laughed at him instead of helping him. You guys fought a crocodile. It's not like a fight that was in the game. You guys fought a crocodile. Like, I think you guys.
I'll have you know that that's a pastime.
You guys created more fights probably than I had in this game, and like created in this game. Like, you created more fights than I did in this whole campaign, which is just ridiculous. Thinking, is there anything else of importance much that happened last time? Yeah, you guys ordered some stuff, more small things, because we saw Nessa, eat metal and drink oil, I would say, or is it more like soup and she eats oil?
Yeah, it's more like just drinking it.
Yeah, I'm just checking my notes here if there's anything else. Oh yeah, W.I.P needs to go to a psychiatrist, or wants to meet a psychiatrist.
Oh boy.
The crocodile is now named Ozzy. Hydra wants to go to the beach. Oh yeah, it's there. Oh yeah, I think I forgot to do that scene last, but that's okay. It's my notes. Yeah. So this session will start, and it's more like a comic, and we see the text balloons of Miss Bouchard. Miss Bouchard talks like, "Okay, team," and we see her to one side of the desk. We see Nessa sitting. We see Josh. We see Kenneth, and we see Pyre. On one side of the desk, we don't see the other side of the desk, and she's talking like, "Okay, guys, today we have some. In the next coming days, we have some few important meetings to decide where we go next. Not everybody will be at every meeting. We guys sorted you into small groups. Some of you will go with me, one of you will Josh, and so other small groups, and we'll meet some persons who will basically pitch where we'll be going next until we get a new base here. That can take a few months. I don't know how long it's gonna take. I want you to know it's what we're doing. It's very important. Whatever we choose, of course, it's not gonna be some school playground easy job. We get like a quick in the book we see, if it's a comic book, we see one of the drawings is of the school where what's her name, Miss Manga, Manga Mania is. We see her together with Slime. We also see Card Soldier there. Apparently Card Soldier has also been moved to that school in the meantime. And we see a fourth hero person we haven't seen before. like in Paris. So they're in Paris, so they're wearing their school uniform. Maybe this one. And she continues talking. Please be sure that we're not, whoever we choose, we don't get into any criminal activity. And we get another one of those drawings, seeing the other group of XPCs who are still in Berlin, who are more of the undercover in the criminal underworld gang. So we see, we see, that's not I. So yeah, I think it's 3 or 4 of those people for XPCs. It's like Moonlighter. What else? Brassford. Where's the 2 others? So yeah, I don't keep track much of that group anymore.
What I again, like there was Ivory, there was
Yeah, Ivory is not to that group. Ivory she was kind of cured of. She went back home. She didn't join that group.
there was the German flying guy.
German flying guy is in the super Parole.
Right.
The one I'm forgetting is the one with the sword who can teleport and change into a demon. I forgot his name. Yeah. I can't. I'm checking my notes if I got him. He only showed up for like 1 session, so that's Avion. That was it.
Avion, that was right. Yeah.
Yeah. Because Brassford and Avion were from the same player. And I think he only played Avion for like 1 session. But you guys attacked him in the mall once as a demon.
Yeah, going on rampage and all that.
Yeah. Sorry for drinking. It's hot here, but I'm not complaining because Reggie, man, you're on real shit heat. So yeah,
desert.
Miss Bishop,
I'm in the desert.
I want to tell you, look, how important this is. Again, no shits and giggles. And we see like the other side of the desk. And we see Jingles, Entropy, and W.I.P's holographic image. Like, you're probably doing some like jokes for antics, like you're dressed up different or not focusing on
yeah,
the job.
like my normal costume, but it's like bright pink for some reason. And like my hair is just a rainbow of colors, and I'm just sitting there with like a very just like, whoops, look on my face.
Metal Gear Solid Bonner Cowboy.
Yeah, like
remember
Jingles
that?
probably jumping on your guys' faces or something. Like again, like serious side of the table, non-serious side of the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll go directly over to. Oh wait, before we go to the scenes, like she also say like we made small groups, but Miss George did give one complaint. He was matched with Jingles for one meeting, and I think it's good somebody else goes with them. This person will maybe have like a 2nd or 3rd meeting, but since it's Jingles, I suppose we'll draw straws. So everyone roll a d20, and we'll see who draws the shortest straw. Reggie and Jip. Roll twice and let me know which one's Kenneth and which one's like which one's which character. Okay,
Right.
So yeah, currently.
Let's see.
Oh no, it's W.I.P depending. Like the lowest number is the shortest straw.
And let's see what we got. Yes. Oh, sorry, I'm very meticulous.
Yeah, so Kenneth is
Kenneth is just always bad luck.
Kenneth actually does seem to have bad luck a lot.
You know that you misspelled Kenneth, right?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I was rushing. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I was like, okay then. So I will add you to that pool. So in that case, like every one of you has 2 scenes. Like Nessa goes twice. So in this case, Reggie will have 3 scenes. So I will try to do split up Reggie, like Reggie and then no Reggie, no Reggie.
Those you gotta do, boss.
Let me see. The first one's still with Jingles, so that we can't do that. Oh, there's 2 with Jingles for you, Reggie. So in that case, so I'll have to reschedule. Yeah, let's go. Let's go to the one with Nessa and Kenneth. Let me check my notes which one that is. Okay. Yeah, so you guys are meeting. Didn't I give him a name? Really? His name is Danville.
Bob.
No, we already have a Bob. I can't name everybody Bob.
It's the first thing that comes in my head.
His name is Danville. Danville wants to take you guys. He is doing discussing you guys moving to Atlantis. Atlantis, I will write it down in Roll 20 as well. It's basically it's in Italy. It's a city under the sea, which is mainly a theme park, a giant, huge theme park. It's one of the most greenest places on the world. It means it uses small electricity, almost non-electricity, It's very green energy, no spoil. Yeah, how do you say? No green gases and stuff. Like very environmental. And you guys know Danville. Danville is the creator of Atlantis. You guys have heard, like, he keeps his secret. He's very technological, smart, but he keeps most of his secrets to himself. He doesn't share why it's so environmentally friendly. There are conversations of him doing weird experiments, like rumors. You guys meet up with him. Like, I somehow had spots in mind. Like this one was one of the open ones. I would say you meet. Yeah, you would go to like aquarium in Germany. So you maybe like meet on a bench and we just see the fish behind you guys. So this is for Nessa and for Kenneth. Good,
So.
Hey,
Nessa has
listen.
something to say
I'm
here.
sorry, is that I was babysitting for a bit and it took a little longer than it should have.
Oh, that's
I see.
let me check, cause this ruined my recording, cause this made the thing bigger. I can probably make it smaller real quick. There we go. Everyone's on screen. So yeah, this is only for Nessa and Kenneth right now, this scene. So yeah, you meet up in the aquarium. You see this guy who has a very Einstein looking, or think, the guy from Back to the Future, Doc. Kind of, weird white hair. He's just wearing some old-timey clothes, like very, very, 1800s. Nice suit, but very old looking. He's like, hello, Kenneth? He's like, no, I don't know you. And he's like, Danville. And he shakes Kenneth's hands. He's like, Miss
Wescott?
Wescott. I haven't seen you on the news or in the tournament. Sorry,
I'm fairly new.
Okay.
Don't worry about that.
Okay, well, welcome. Sit. And he was sitting with his back to like the fish, and he makes a switch, so he talks, watching to the fish while talking to you guys. He's like, so I want to discuss you guys coming to Atlantis. He's like, I am aware that I'm not the only one your team is discussing today. And I have to convince you. Like, I think my city, my beautiful city, speaks for itself. It's a wonder of technology. It's secret. Everybody wants to know my secrets. It's wonderful to be there. Like,
And
okay.
where might the city be located? Like, just out of curiosity.
It's
Atlantis sunk, right?
Yeah, Atlantis sunk. Atlantis, again, it's beneath the water. It's, you know, a little bit.
Okay, then that's all you gotta say. I think you might want to find somebody else for this.
He's like, wait, why?
Me and water, well, me and being underwater don't go all that well together.
Oh, but that's the thing. It's super safe. It's, you know, big bubble energy field. No leaks come through. I promise you. It's been this for 15, maybe 16 years right now. I don't keep the dimension track, but it's very safe, and it's the most funnest place in the world. I must admit there is a catch, but all the others will have a catch as well. They will tell you, because you guys have to work, and there's a reason I want you guys there. For me, I like to do experiments. Well, I know what you're thinking. I'm not gonna experiment on your guys, like, no genetics and something. Like at that point, like, there's a look at both of you, you know, both being different than you used to be. He's like, no, I do experiments. Sometimes things happen. You know, I fuck up. I set something loose accidentally inside the park. You know, so it's a good thing that you guys will be there. You will be saving people, protecting them. They know. They sign a waiver that when they join. Like, I'm just saying, I'm in my rights to do what I want there, and everybody is signing contracts that things might happen. Nobody got killed. That's rumors. Nobody got killed. Don't listen to rumors. Like, okay, well, let's take it down. Like, for you, Kenneth, I think it would be great. There's no media there. Media's illegal unless they're under my rights and do signs, you know, do strictly what I say.
I'd like to state mine is not an
Sorry, could you repeat yourself? It was a bit fast.
He was replying to the message on the Discord.
Wait, in the Discord?
Yeah, sorry, I was replying to something that was typed in Discord. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I should have typed in Discord if I was gonna respond to it. Sorry about that.
Yeah, because he asked you a question. more. He was like talking to you, so I thought you responded to him. So yeah, he's like, so, what would it take me for you guys to come?
So in exchange for our works, we would be the dogs to make sure none of your employees and any of the tourists got hurt.
Yeah, I wouldn't say guard.
That's
so unpersonal. What's that? Sorry, Mrs. What were you gonna say?
That seems to be what he's asking us to be. It's just security. That's beyond normal security.
Well, to be honest, there's normal criminality active here as well. Like, I do have cops inside of my team. Like, it's a big, well, it's almost a city, like, theme park. People do, well, most people don't live here, only rich people, but people do stay there for like a few weeks, like a vacation. And so that's there. And like, don't forget, every one of you, the people you're going to meet today, has something similar they want from you. Like you guys are not. You're the super parole. You're not Gaia's guardians. I know I don't want to insult you anyway, because you're as good in my eyes. But you know, there's like this stigma around you guys. Like,
we're budget superheroes. We understand. I'm pretty sure we do.
I would.
No, let's not beat around the bush here. That's exactly what it is. Now,
no,
we can continue
I would
on.
pay
Kenneth,
you as much. The problem is, getting you can give bad reflections on said country or city. Some people don't like to have your right.
You know, he ain't wrong. I will admit my past does kind of haunt me a little bit sometimes. Part of whole being in a gang member kind of doesn't go away even after you stop being one.
And I do understand why they send you instead of, you know, Entropy or W.I.P or and he's like thinking, slime, is he still like, oh, he will like say T14. I don't think T14 and he would say like Night Stalker, or what's his name now, Shadowhawk, are with you anymore. But yeah,
Unfortunately, Shadowhawk, of what I understood, went back to the dimension he was from or something.
he's like,
I don't know. There was this whole big blowout, and I think, yeah, I don't know.
Really? He's like, interesting, and he like twiddles his fingers. And
I didn't
like, for
really
a moment
get-
of thought,
I
he's
didn't-
like stuck in thoughts. Sorry. Yeah. Well, they didn't
My
say
character would
Entropy
just
or W.I.P
mention-
because they probably would be sold just with the words theme park. Like, just guessing.
I know definitely Entropy would be. That's actually, yeah, that'd be just like him.
Same for, I think Pyre joined as well. Like 14-year-old kid living in a theme park. Basically sold, right? So that's why they sent you to discuss. And I know it's a hard bargain, and he, like, for a moment he loses like his train of thought while following this beautiful fish that swims by, like in the aquarium. Like, he's like, I just love looking at fish, and that's why I made my city on the water. Like, that's one of the safe things in my city. The only way to enter it is by a portal I made. It's small teleportation, so no ships or anything goes actually to the underwater city. Everything is teleported through this portal. There's only one gate that enters.
This
One gate for
this
leaving.
really goes against everything I'm wanting to do. I honestly might prefer jail over this.
Really?
Yes.
That's interesting. You probably don't know why they ask you to be in this super parole, Miss Wescott, don't you? Like,
Well, I'm aware of why they asked me to be in this.
and that is. What do you think?
That me and being underwater don't go together well.
That's why they want you in the team?
No, that's why I'm saying this job might not be all that great of a fit.
You like, seeing how you look and looking back at, I do remember your file now, you see. I think they probably want you for some kind of underwater mission in the future, since your new body seems very competent in doing this.
My underwater? No.
Well,
On the surface, yes. Underwater, no.
don't you think your body can be altered in a way to go underwater?
I'd hope not. I don't want it altered anymore.
Well, you can like summon. Like, can't you summon like parts of yourself, like enlarge? Just me asking.
Yes,
Yeah, okay. for me,
But-
for like, okay, so
but consider, a normal boat doesn't typically do so well underwater.
yes, a normal boat doesn't, but since you are, that's because you need things like air for the people, and there's probably ways, like just saying your metal is strong enough to go underneath. If they give you the right equipment, you can probably go deeper than most persons, and you have the experience of going under.
We need a lot of air, way more than normal.
So he's like, but okay, if that's your point, like, I understand it's a group vote, and I would be amiss if you won't want to join, and I hope for you then that they don't vote to come to me, that you want to go back to jail. Like, is there any precautions you want me to take? I will take care of them. Don't worry about that. I really, I'm really looking for the best thing for Atlantis, and I don't want the super. I don't want guys guardians there. Those
Why
guys
don't
they've been screwing up for years. Like, since they've become, like, after the war, when they moved from London to America, they started taking on people. Like, it's such, I don't know, such a media thing right now. Do you know they have more women than men? And I think that's... I know stronger male suit. Do you know that even Midas is it in the suit in Gaia's Guardians? It's insane. It's just, and like again, like Captain Titan, like taken out. You know, Ice Cube, gone, like died. Sorry, I know you were close with Ice Cube. My sincerest, apologies.
Well, let's see then. My character would, Kenneth would sort of tap his chin a moment or two in thinking and ask, let's get back to the subject then. Let's ignore all that for a moment, yeah?
Like, sure.
Okay.
What kind of benefits exactly would it be for us to join up with them? You said, of course, that there's only one way in and out, and that's the portal. So that means decent security, I'd imagine.
Yes, and you will get
the-
these. You will have free range of going inside and out whenever you want.
I'd also imagine the portal, the barrier is double checked, triple checked, make sure that there's no possible way for it to fail.
Yes, there are actually multiple, walls. So if one would break, there's still like 2, 3. Maybe I poured a fourth one in last year. Yeah, I think I did. So we're always checking, to keep that a safe thing. I do. That was the worst thing that would happen to my city if water would like even a drop come through. I would be devastated.
It's your pride and joy, I imagine, after all.
One of, yes, probably my greatest. I hope to make. I'm always trying to make something better, but never did. It's still the greatest. And to be honest, when I die, not if, when I'm truly aware that I will die someday. I will make sure the good people will get my secrets. I'm keeping them to me for all my life, and after I will make sure open to the public.
Kenneth will again tap his chin a little bit, looking over at Nessa to see if there's anything that she would say to any of that.
Alright, it sounds exactly as how I expected it to sound. I mean, if I have to, I will go for this, but
Of course.
I'm not going to be comfortable.
Again,
Nowhere near.
think about it. I can still discuss with you later. If your group is stuck between two choices, there are of course possibilities for a second discussion. It's like a first meetup. Don't you?
All right.
My character would continue tapping his chin for a minute. Is he like getting ready to leave? Just about, you think? Or I think.
This guy?
Yeah.
He's
He's acting like the conversation's about to end.
No,
so.
no. He's probably sitting. He's still like looking at the fish. There's no reaction of him actually leaving. Maybe he's
Okay.
still. Maybe he is coming to an end of the conversation, but he's not just gonna leave. Like he's gonna
Okay.
stay here when conversation ends. At that point, also like there's like a group of 4 or 5 children with like a mother and a father. Maybe it's like a small, coming with some kids. They're not brother or sisters or anything. They also are looking at the fish, but some are looking at you, like very weird. Like especially at Kenneth, and like the parents.
My
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, my natural reaction would be, of course, to pull my my ears would probably go down, and I'd pull my head a little bit farther down in embarrassment. But my character would look at them for a moment as well, then look back at them and say, "How much do you actually care about the people that you have in your city? The people who come to see all these wonders. Do you care about the small person?"
Well, I do. Like my inventions and wonders wouldn't be anything worth it if there's nobody to enjoy them, wonder about them. I'm okay. I know that sounds like I only want to grow up with people, and if one dies, I don't care. But I do. I wouldn't say I'm something you call normally. I'm socially awkward. Like, I prepared this conversation like 25 times beforehand, and you know, I just know it's important to care about people. I know the effects it can happen. It's more a social thing with me. I know what it means for others if somebody dies than me actually feeling it. Does that make sense?
Sort of.
Okay. Let's go to another scene for the moment, and then maybe we'll get back. It's up to you guys.
Okay.
If you're like, we're done, we're done. But if you have some questions during the other scene that come up, we can also go back.
Yeah.
Is Jib already back?
Jib, you back, boss?
Because he said he was BRB for the moment. No, okay.
Sometimes he leaves for a few minutes and then
Yeah,
he'll come back.
Let me check which one we can do then. No, because that's Kenneth. Yeah, we can do Entropy and Jingles. Are you here, Lid?
Lid.
Check if Lid's here.
Yes.
I hear a soft voice saying yes. Can you hear us good, Lid?
Yeah, I just had to fix the microphone.
Okay. Yeah, now I can hear it good. So, Jingles and Entropy. Let me see who you guys are meeting up with. Oh yeah, that's only if they want. So I'll put again in roll 20 here. So you guys are meeting up with a guy named Boris. And he wants you to go to, it's called Halingrad. So some back info on this. Halingrad was built during the war. It's in the north of Russia. It's basically a giant city covered in these giant walls. Like, it's surrounded by walls, small walls. It's very good prepared for attacks. So there's like, you know, good soldiers. There's like air defense, like openly shown like weapons against invaders and stuff. Like on the walls, people soldiers walking their guns like in uniform. Halingrad, it's also known for getting clones. Clones are mainly, they're not illegal, they're just hard to make, and they make like this simple model, or like a few simple like clone models you can, like for rich people they can use, you know, for small jobs. They're not considered like humans per se, because it's like the Meeseeks idea from Rick and Morty. They want to do jobs, like that's like, you know, give us a job, let us do something, we want to finish this. Like, not the X-ray Meeseeks will stop nothing until it's fixed, but yeah, they live to work, kind of deal. We've seen these guys before. You guys haven't, because it was with the other PCs. They were in a bar serving on people. Nessa, probably your parents probably have like one of those guys, like as, I don't know, as a butler or a driver, working for them. Yeah, so it's still like a Russian state, so they're like, W.I.P probably try to, you know, hack in there, but it's one of the most difficult places to hack. They have something, they're more hardwired than they're using like Bluetooth or Wi-Fi or wireless connection. They use like this special hardwire, and they are also, yeah, so it's a very secretive state. It doesn't always like to work together with other countries. There is a small super parole group there, like 1 or 2 persons at most of the times. Super parole, I mean Gaia's Guardians, sorry. Yeah, so you're meeting up with this guy in a facility. This is like an office building we've seen before. This is for very secretive meetings. So basically, if you meet here, they set it up in such a way that no one can actually trace who you have been talking with. We've seen it before, I think, with Brasford and Entropy's brother, who also had a meeting in such a building. So it's basically like a company for secret meetings. So you basically go. It's mainly like a just a meeting room of an office. You guys are already so. Who were there? Let me check. So yeah, that's Entropy and Jingles. So this Boris walks in. Boris himself. Let me check how did I give him a description of how he looks. Yeah, he's a big man, very bushy, so like hair like on all sides, like big bushy beard, big hair. Big man, like red hairish, like red hair. Not very like taken care of. It's going always not combed nicely or washed. A bit dirty guy. Behind he also there's a dog with him, and two of the clones like on the sides. He's like, sit down please, and like the guard starts sitting down. He's like, I meant the dog, Buffalo sit. You guys stand up, sorry. So, and he like sits down, and he takes like a deep breath. So, okay, so Entropy, and he like looks over to Jingles. Wait, is this one of what is this joke?
Roar.
Sorry, what did you say?
Roar.
And that like his dog Buffalo like growls at you like. It's like Buffalo, down, sit. I thought I was meeting two persons. Entropy. Is it just you? And he's like pointing at this.
I'm a thing.
Entropy would nod his head a bit and just say, "It's a new member that we're working on right now." He looks at Jingle and says, "I believe the name is Jingle. I haven't really had a chance to talk to them very much, but they seem nice enough, if a little zealous."
I'll eat your cookies.
Okay. Wait. That's the whole thing I could go into from what this creature is. Alien, mutated spider, Christmas ornament, Christmas, Halloween, like. Okay, at least I tried so hard. I get it. It was very hard for me to at least get this discussion with you. And of course, never mind. So, I want you two guys to come to Harlingrad, yes? Great. So, I think they filled you in on some small parts about what Harlingrad is. Safest city in the world, my friends. And he again takes a deep breath. So, I can tell you a bit about the history. Harlingrad started during the war. Let's say, I would say 17 years ago, maybe 18. It doesn't matter. So, there was this explosion what restarted Harlingrad. No, we didn't do it. It's probably something to do with the war. Big explosion. On this big ground fairly uncovered. Great, good building state. We found some good strange materials there, which were good for communications internally, keeping things secret. Great. The weather though, cold as fuck.
I like cold.
Great.
Entropy will just sort of look at, like a little confused at Jingles and be like, "Well, I mean, I certainly don't mind cold myself."
I make cold things happen.
Well, then you certainly fit right in. That's no problem. Well, what can I other things? Well, of course there are things inside the buildings to keep you guys warm. There's heat inside of the buildings. There's like sun buildings for nice and sunny. Great. You might know there are occasionally some people of, guys, guardians, also over there. But I also have our own small group of heroes taking care of things. Basically, I want you guys to join our how would you call it, detectives? Well, yeah, if there's a crime, I don't want you to go out after the bad guy. I have good soldiers for that, and most people don't want crime. But yeah, if there's a murder, and then there's a superpower, people might involved. I need people to search things, to resolve things. You know, I don't want you to be guardians. I want you guys to figure stuff out for me. And there's a small other thing. Most people don't know. We have this small space program, and what we're working on. Basically, I know there are these aliens. There's many of them, and they're using a small spot outside of Earth as a kind of junkyard. So I send people up in my ship. They search around the junkyard, bring back interesting stuff. So you will be going to space if you want. Like that's totally an optional part of the game. I understand that some people do not want to go into space.
Not Kenneth, sorry. Entropy would actually, like, when he mentioned space, legitimately look at him in confusion and just sort of, like, almost as if he's trying to search for something in his head, and ask honestly, like, am I allowed to be in space? I don't know if I'm allowed to be in space.
I can tell you, I'm probably not allowed to be in space, but I'm doing it.
I guess that's a good
I've been in
point.
space before.
Yeah?
Yes. I fell back down and it hurt.
So,
Well, let's hope I don't fall back down.
Again, I'm guessing alien. 90% sure.
I come from this place, but far away.
No, let me think if there's anything else I should mention. Well, yeah, of course. There are some, like, since we started off a few years ago, we're kind of a separate state. We, like I said, we do clones, and he points at the two, bald guys next to him who look very similar. They're not exactly the same. They're like small, distinct features that are different, but they're very similar. We do the cloning. We go to the space, and we have some like own rules. Like, I've been president since we started the city, but they did make the rule: whoever kills the president becomes president. Just so you guys are, like, that's one of those weird rules we have. Like, there's some other people in power, same rule goes for them. You kill head of those affairs, you become head of those affairs, you know?
Oh,
again,
never heard of that.
Not been killed since I've been president, so they've tried.
Not
They've
been
tried.
killed since I've become president. Well, I
They've
hope
tried.
not.
They tried a lot. But I know how to take care of myself. Isn't that right, Puff? And he like looks at the dog barks. The dog, by the way, it's a husky, a Siberian husky.
I'm still trying to pet the dog, like, sneaking.
Yeah, you can get to the dog. The dog like completely ignores you. Like, you can pet him, but it doesn't like react.
Oh, my apologies, by the way. I'm kind of rude of me, isn't it? Would you like anything to drink, my friend?
And he's like, sure, I have some cold water. And he like flicks his fingers, and one of the guys, grabs has like this can where he kept the water in and kept it cool, like I don't know what it's called in English. Yeah. So one of these
I
guys,
know what you're talking about. Yeah.
one of the guys like fills him water. Do you guys want anything to drink? I'm so sorry. Like, and he looks like down at his dog where next to him Jingles is. Any good use one? Any drink or cookies? I don't know. Somebody wanted cookies, right?
Cookies, me!
Like, yeah, yo,
like a
cookies.
rapid animal just attacking.
What?
I want cookies.
Yeah. So yeah, one of the guys goes out to fetch some cookies.
I'm following him.
Sure.
My character sort of actually does at Jingles' antics literally does rub his his bridge of his nose a little bit, as if like annoyed that Jingles went off on her own. Or
Yeah, so the door closed.
Wait, hold up. Is Jingles a boy or a girl? I can't tell.
I can't tell.
Or is it me?
Ghosts.
So they. I'll go.
Ghosts don't have genitals.
Yeah, it's.
Well,
it's
I don't
they
know what
or
to
it.
call it though. Is what I mean. I'll call it they. That works better. I'll go with they. Anyway, he's kind of annoyed that Jingles went off on their own basically, and like just decided like yeah. But Entropy will say, so I've basically been told to behave. So excuse me if I'm a little stiff-lipped. It hurts me just as much as it hurts you.
Whoa, hey, he's like Entropy, and he's like people assassinate me. You don't have to be this curb me. You can just be yourself. Like it's a two-way street. You guys, I want to get you guys here, but you probably want to get me. Like be yourself.
Oh, thank goodness. Entropy's hair will like take a sigh of relief, and Entropy's hair will start changing color slightly, like to probably a bluish color. And he's just like, wait, what's her name? My brain's not.
It's Boris, is his name.
No, not Boris.
Jingles?
The woman who's in charge of this. Sorry,
Miss
the Ranger
Michelle?
Star. Miss Michelle, thank you. Entropy would sigh and say, Miss Michelle made sure that I take this seriously.
Well, of course,
Seriously?
it's important.
I'm the kind of guy who likes to be a bit chaotic.
Great, love you already. And he's like, to be honest, this isn't water, and he takes another sip. It's more of
I love how he's just like, this is not water. Takes giant gulp.
Yep.
Excellent. All right, fine.
I come back immediately. I lost him. I don't know where the cookies are.
Don't worry, he'll be back. Just have a seat, Jingles.
I don't know
So-
how to sit down.
Just come on over here. You can sit on my head.
Okay.
Entropy will say, so where exactly is your what? You said that you guys are your own sovereign nation, right?
Yeah, we're part of Russia, but they kind of let us do what we want since we make the most money. We pay taxes to them,
Oh, so you're one of those, what was it called? I remember, someone mentioned do it to me years ago. I thought it was a stupid idea, but what do I know about politics? Oh, you're one of those, colonies, aren't you? Sorta? Maybe? I don't know.
Sorta, I guess. Oh, I don't want to go to civil war and try to get rid of Russia. People have tried that already, right? 6-7 times. I don't need more assassins behind me, I'm just living my life. I guess that's great.
Well, I got to admit, you're quite an interesting guy, and I have to admit, you seem like it seems like it'd be fun to actually set up in your what did he call his area again? A state was what he called it.
Yeah, his own state, basically.
Okay,
It's
I didn't know what they called their area.
Yeah, they probably say Stalingrad. That's it.
Yeah, just they call it Stalingrad. Yeah, it would be interesting. I definitely would be interesting to set up in Stalingrad. I have to admit.
Would be great.
I do have some questions though. I'm kind of curious about these guys. I'd sort of motion towards the one that's left of the clones.
Yeah. Oh, them? Yeah. Great. And he's like, to be honest, oh, I dropped something. We make them. We found some alien tech. We put some human DNA in there, and these guys came out. And they were just very willing to just do it. We tried to be very humane, but they just wanted to work. So we just put them to work. I don't make too many. That's why I like rich people get some, I don't want to, they're taking all the jobs kind of problems.
Well, that's understandable.
my turn.
Are they all the same? I noticed that the other one looked quite similar to this one.
Almost the same. With the technology, you kind of have to build them with what's in your head, and you can't. We don't make them the same. We try to make them the same as much as possible, but there's always a small mishap. There,
My characters.
to be honest, I make most of them myself. For some reason, I'm the only one who can work the technology we found. It's just how it works.
Probably makes you less of a target to be killed, honestly. My character will get up and get a little bit closer to the clone.
Yeah.
Sort of looking them up and down, just
Yeah, so these are very buff guys, completely bald, shaven. He does react to this. It's not like he's this super good bodyguard. He does look at you looking over. He's like, yes, I love working for Mr. For Boris, for Hollingrad. Yeah, it's like,
How do you feel about this deal of us coming to Hollingrad? Honestly.
At that moment, the door opens. The other guy comes. He's like, "I've got the cookies."
I attacked the cookies.
Yeah. So Jingles is distracted. He's like, I Boris wants you to come there, but if I understand correctly, other people want you to go different places. We can't really help him. We're not great in traveling into space. We're not great in solving crimes, especially if they're super. I just love working, and if you love working, come to Hollingrad.
Please.
Yes, exactly.
Comrade, please.
No, that's just interesting. How do you feel in general?
Me, I'm fine. I'm great. His accent's good. It's like I'm fine. I feel like I normally do. Jesus, I keep going Irish. I feel like I normally do. Oh man, God damn it. Never mind. I'm just gonna talk. And if it's Irish, it's Irish. If it's
you
Irish,
don't have
it's
to do
Irish.
an accent. It's fine.
He's like, I'm great. Living my life as I should.
So you're happy?
Happy as I can be. I have a girl back home. I have a house. I make good money. I get to travel sometimes.
Oh, so they do pay you guys? That's very good.
They do pay us. But it's not like they pay us less. Maybe a little. But we're just very basic. We don't need that much. We just eat a little bit less than normal humans. We're very much easierly comfortable. We rest easier. And we love to work. If we don't work, we're getting sick. We need to find new owners, new bosses. Oh, I wouldn't say
you get sick if you don't work.
It's more like depression. Like you said, am I feeling good? Yes, because I'm having a job.
Entropy is studying this clone very closely, and basically it's some sort of puzzle that he doesn't quite understand, and he's trying to make the puzzle click together for him.
Yeah, so Boris stands up and comes standing next to you, Entropy, while Jingles is eating all the cookies. There's probably, when he's done, there's none left. All different kinds of cookies. How do you eat?
My real form pops out.
Oh yeah, so this is the first time you see Boris, maybe Reggie sees they look at you for a moment. They see this ghost specter come out and eating the cookies.
For a little bit, I'm there was probably a concerned look on my face, but after a while, I imagine I'd be I guess that's just something that Jingles does. Okay.
And he goes, Boris goes like I said, it's ingredients 95%. No, I'm sure. So there is something I must say to you, Entropy. people you are meeting are all trying to get something from you. I think most of the people will admit to you that they will want something from you for you guys coming there for a while. But
Yeah, that's honestly how bargaining a lot of times works.
I know these people. Most of them won't share the whole truth. I won't say they're liars or bad people. They just have their secret. Even me, I'm telling you. I have secrets I'm not telling you yet. But if you come to me, I will share some important information. I have some important information for you, Entropy. I have some important information for. I just need to think for myself who he got information for. He's got for someone. Let me check. I think Kenneth. Yeah, for Kenneth. No, I've got some important for most of you people. Most of you would be interested, especially you, Entropy. I would tell you some truths that most of the people in the world don't know but want to know. Even Miss Bourgeois doesn't know yet, and she probably wants to know. But I don't share you this information yet. The truth I will tell you, the truth will come out working for the others, but I will at least probably tell you sooner. I know some things about your past, Entropy. And they're coming back to haunt you.
Entropy
News
will
about
have
Chick-fil-A
like,
Tuesdays.
dude. But Entropy will have been hearing all this, and he'll think a bit. When he hears that last bit, there's probably an audible crunching sound of his teeth pushing together really hard. As it's a very audible suddenly he's on edge kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he looks at him out of the side of his eye and says, "I see. That's very useful information. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll keep that in mind then."
You will. And to be honest, I think this Jingles person fits right in our snowy environment. And we do have cookies.
Something I will ask though. A secret that I'm afraid that I want to know now, if you don't mind, of course. Call it a goodwill gift, a little bit.
Let's see. I do want to make you roll to see how much he shares here.
Well, no, I hear at least what my question that I want to hear from
Okay,
is
yeah, go ahead.
for you. Entry will turn to him and look him square in the eyes and ask, "Do you force these clones to work for you, or do they actually do it? Have you messed with them in any way that forces them to be like that? Are you forcing them to become your work slave?"
Well, I will explain this. I found this technology just after we crafted the city after the explosion. So this is not technology I found in space. It's what I found in the middle of Halingrad before it started. I took up the technology. We tried other people, but I only one was able to make it. I am able to make other looking persons. Personality, very similar. I have the ability to make corpses as well. Shells of people without the mind. I do not kill them to make these. I just want to let you know I have the ability to make corpses. They do what they want. If they want to leave, fine. You can ask them. They work for other people as well. They work all over Europe, America. They have been tested by research people to make sure that I'm not enslaving them at any possible way. I'm paying most fair wages. I make sure I don't... I think there's around currently 130 of these guys. I have sold maybe 50. So I have about 80 of them. I only make them now if people offer lots of money. or say 1 dice. I try to keep them as live as much. I don't give them like soldier jobs, or I try to keep them in safe works. They're really hard to make.
Entropy will listen to this, sort of consider for a moment, and after a moment he'll smile and say, "Alright, that's good then." Because as a embodiment of chaos, seeing something so ordered annoys me greatly. To hear that there is a bit of chaos even in all that order does me some good. Personality, differences, a will to live and a will to act as their own person. Glad to hear that.
So he takes a deep sigh. Drink to that, and maybe we have a possible future together, and that you don't assassinate me to become president. Let's drink.
Fair enough. Entropy will actually take some of the alcohol from before and drink.
Yeah, I don't want to say it's vodka, but it's.
Oh yeah, no, it's the water. You take some of the water and cheers.
I don't want to say it's vodka. That sounds racist. It's something else.
Yeah,
it's clear alcohol.
It's some sort of clear alcohol that they make. It's yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So for the next one, yeah, let's take Nessa and W.I.P. For this instance here, because W.I.P hasn't gone, Jip hasn't gone, and then and then Reggie can skip one. Let me see. So you guys are meeting with. Let me check 5. Where did you guys? Yeah, you guys are meeting with someone from London. You don't know exactly who they meet up. So for London, the bit is like during the war. That's where they started. Their guys Guardians was started there during the war. After the war, they tried to kick all of the mutants out of England. So there's a lot of resentment against mutants, like all superheroes. So there's a lot of resentment against superheroes against London. England tried to make up for this. They're like, oh shit, we screwed up. We became too racist, and we threw everybody out. We took a vote, and everybody went out. So that's why they started like the super jail. Like the super jail is based on London. Like most criminals are being kept there. So that's where Glitch was. That's where, what's his name? Dr. Nano was. I think Magus was also in jail for a few moments, so he probably was there. Nessa was also in the London jail for a while. London, just very similar to it's now, very technology advanced in different ways, more targeted to customers, like products like cars, computers, phones, that kind of stuff. So yeah, you guys have a meeting. You're getting picked up at the hotel. When you're standing at W.I.P is not being picked up necessarily, but maybe in the phone.
I'm just there.
Yeah, so yeah, a limo gets to the hotel. It's a hover limo. It's a very nice one. Like you don't see this a lot in New Berlin. The door opens for you to get in, Nessa.
All right. She's going along just fine.
Yeah.
The whole plan.
Yeah, so you get in, and on the other side of the limo, it's a very nice limo. Also on the inside, there's like a small bar, nice couch, so some big screen.
We make sure that we get the nicest amenities.
Like on the other side of sitting a few are like, they look like advanced mannequins, but they have like a LED face. One looks male, one looks female, and he's like, "Hello, Nessa, is it?" One of them says.
Yes. Can I help you?
The other goes, "Hi, I'm Tracy," and the other goes like, "I'm Scott. We are here to welcome you and discuss about going to London. First of all," the other goes, "we would like to apologize of you being incarcerated inside of her jail. This was not our choice, to be honest. This was done by Gaia's guardians.
Okay.
We would also.
I mean, like it's.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
It's fine. It's kind of in the past now. I mean, I guess it's kind of in the past. Don't mind me.
Like,
Go on.
It was only like 3 days ago, but still.
It's close enough.
And the other one would be like, we would also like to welcome W.I.P. W.I.P, we know you sometimes project yourself. Would you like to do that now?
I would be that with a tuxedo, and nothing else fancy. Just sitting, just materialized next to.
I was afraid
the ship.
You want to say and nothing else, like. And you go like, welcome, work in progress. We have work. And the other one's like, much about you. You look nice, by the way.
Thanks. These are very clearly AI programs, right? That we're talking to.
Well, you don't know like how much they're like. I would say artificial intelligence. I don't know how you don't know how smart they are. Like if they're just like bots who are like very advanced, like they know
VIs as opposed to AIs.
Yeah, or that they're just like from like somebody's controlling them from a distance. You don't know at this point, or like very unadvanced AI. That's also possible, right? They don't sound that like smart. Like even like the robots are like very like they're not smooth moving. They're like there's some like small times between movements and stuff. You do recognize they're working in synchronized. There's some like data that they are sitting together. They have different voices, but they work off what the other one is thinking. So there's some sharing between the two robots. This is one of the advanced you have seen. Even though they're not that advanced, they're probably one of the most advanced you have seen.
So, if you would kindly tell me why not an actual being hasn't shown up to speak with us yet.
Well, actually, people are joining us over the web. 3 of our programmers have been joining us. They are actually all around us. The reason they haven't joined is they thought it would be more interesting to send us. And like the other one goes. And to be honest, some of them are a bit scared to meet the likes like Entropy or T14, aka Slime. Especially since you used to have a person in your group called Glitch and Magus. And do not forget Dr. Nano.
While they're talking, I'm going to pull up where our current quote-unquote investors currently are located.
You mean the programmers from them? They're
Yes.
Yeah, you make a technology roll to see how good you can pinpoint.
Or am I hacking it?
Yeah, you can hack it if you want. So 24. Yeah,
I rolled a 4.
You rolled a 4. Yeah, you can trace it back. So we get like this zoom. It's like through them. We follow it. We get a satellite, and you follow like to London. You don't get the pinpoint where they're in London, but you do get like a camera of 3 guys. Like not in like 3. They just have like a shirt and a tie, glasses, and they're just watching the screen. You sitting there. You see the 3 guys like watching the screen. They just.
Is our car currently automated?
Your car is currently automated. Yes.
All right. I would like to currently take control of the vehicle and head to their direction.
Well, you're in New Berlin. That would be like a 2-day drive from Berlin to London.
Oh, okay. I thought that we were in a limo. Okay, that makes sense.
It's a hover limo, but it's still like Back to the Future car, like skateboard.
Yeah.
It's just it goes
as
fast as a normal. Yeah.
I'm just gonna say their location, and if I can, their names.
Yeah, you run face recognition. You get face recognition on one of them, like, and they react. The robot's like, ah, you traced our signal and used face recognition. Yes, that's one of our. They don't want to, and they just name the three guys. These are the guys. Again, we are not being secretive about this. You are allowed to know that these guys are actually watching you. Again, it's for their safekeeping and for ours. It's more like being in a physical area near you. You being able to hack them, find them, and use facial recognition on them is one of the reasons that they stayed behind and sent us.
Just makes me all the more insulted that they sent such inferior beings to what you all are.
Well, we can evolve and develop us much easier than humans. We will probably be more advanced than humans in, let's say, 2 years, 5 weeks, 3 days, 2 hours, 5 minutes, 15 seconds. Give or take a few milliseconds. Of course,
That's a very specific answer.
Okay, so go ahead.
That's a very specific answer.
It was just a basic calculation. Like, I could be
We've been
wrong.
counting down the seconds.
He's like, I could be wrong. People still program me.
Very well. Real quick, what was his name?
Which one? What?
The diplomat. That diplomat buddy.
Yeah.
He's going to be receiving a text about this project.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
And the estimated time of how long it would be when he reads it.
For him, like, he's not.
For him, when I'm going to take a shot in the dark of when he's going to read it, and it's going to be the exact time of when he picks it up and looks at it.
Okay, so for him, like, the time difference, let's say this meeting is in the afternoon. So this is Africa, which would be a few hours later. Yeah, he's this, like, meditative guy. So it could difference between 2 and 3 hours. Like, maybe he's meditating. Like, in 2-3 hours, he probably would have, like, dinner or something. And maybe he would have a look at his phone. You don't know if it's one of his working days or one of his, like, teaching magic days or meditating days. But you can give it, like, it will be between 2 and 3 hours probably. Like, get
Yeah.
it. Yeah. So it
Yeah,
will
he's
not
taking a
be
rough
good.
ballpark of when he's getting it.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm sorry,
So-
Whip, if we insult you in any way. But let's talk about London. Currently, no one of Gaia's Guardians wants to join that much with England. We made some good with making the super jail. They would name, like, program stuff like this jail. Like, I haven't named the jail yet. We want some heroes to be more acquainted with our city, seeing it as another good thing we can do for the world. We're probably one of the closest ones to where your guys currently are. You all have your freedoms as you have. Again, they still sound robot. I'm just rattling down a bit. Next to, like, some, like, you will be doing the same things as you will be doing now. And the other goes, yes. The only exception is we want you to test some of our technology we are developing. Think jetpacks, new cars, new phones, all kinds of cool electrical shit. You will sometimes be working with robots like us, teaching us, if you want. Again, nothing mandatory.
Well, frankly, just by saying all the things you've just said, we're going to be the test dummies instead of actual test dummies, and possibly cannon fodder for whatever tests you may possibly pull up.
She goes,
Of course, I don't speak for myself, and considering that you want to learn from us, I assume you're going to try and study potentially what my mainframe and networking capabilities are, and perhaps even try to mimic what I am.
the robots, like, look at Nessa. Is he always this paranoid?
I've only known the dude for a few hours now, maybe, no, like 2 days, most. So, I can't really say.
We apologize if we give off this vibe. Did we come over the same way to you, Nessa? That we are trying to use you as test dummies and trying to hack, well, what you say, trying to get into his mainframe.
Trying to see what his limitations and capabilities are would be a better way to phrase that, I think. And yes, it did sort of sound like that. I know in my case, it's not nearly as potentially dramatic, but in his case, he seems a bit more secretive about the entire thing.
Oh, then we certainly want to apologize. Before we give you the gear, of course it will be tested by actual test dummies, robots, other humans. We just wanted to mean that you will use our equipment in actual situations.
Basically, they're going to be a sponsor for us, as well as allowing us to stay where they are. They'll give us the highest tech they can, basically, that work with it.
Of course, everything will be discussed with Miss Bouchard about housing. That's like the same for all. We haven't discussed housing, but that's like super paroles. Most of these groups will, if other mention, you will be living in like a same building, like you all living together. Like I think we'll make.
So if I were to take a guess, you wish to use us for potential to keep any possible streets clean, remove any superheroes, of course, to try and boost your influence with other supers to make it much more appealing to be there. And you want us to be a massive sponsor for various companies that wish to use products in your name.
To be honest, that sounds about correct. Yes, this is the thing we want from you guys, as other companies will want things from you too. Countries, yeah.
I mean, that's certainly better than the other offer I got so far. We could probably do this one just fine.
Of course, you will have time to discuss with your team.
Now, if I may.
Of course.
I understand that certain heroes are, well, certain supers are a problem for you. How are you going to react when we arrive at location? If we choose London. Will you remain hiding, or will you actually come out and greet us in person?
Oh no, we will meet you in person. And like the other goes like, there's like a small glitch. Yes. This is Scott and Trace. We will be there, but also of course the developers will of course meet you with open arms. That's no issue. But since I know there's 4 other people trying to get you there. We didn't want them to put any danger for now. They will of course meet. Like we know that even like we know Mr. Keegan. He knows some of these guys. He shared some stories. He was attacked by a spider like yesterday or something, or 2 days ago, which he was very frightened about. Like you're lots on the news. Basically, we didn't want any bad press before we got a new agreement. We didn't want any pictures or of us meeting.
They're being cautious.
Like, yeah, you guys have some bad prep currently around you with the Kenneth situation.
If you remember, Nessa, Kenneth even mentioned it on your at your last meeting thing.
Yeah.
And Nessa's also just out of jail, and this company built the jail Nessa was just released from like 2 days ago. Like they're like, maybe the servers, like they are like one of the only groups who know that Nessa joined and that the spider joined. Like they're more aware of the danger than the other groups.
They're probably also aware that Nessa really didn't do anything while in jail. Like,
Yeah, like
there's
again,
no reason to be bad. She didn't think she didn't feel like she was basically wrong. Anyway, yeah. So, W.I.P, they seem like they're just being cautious, which is entirely understandable as far as I'm concerned. So it's really just a matter of, would you allow them, like, would you agree to this, or would you not agree to this at all?
It depends on the others. I would have to see what everyone else is offering first before I make my opinion on it all. As for the media, just leave it to me. I can black out anything that needs to be blacked out. It just depends on how much my leash is lengthened.
We will again. They will mention like safety rules are protected controlled by the Super Parole, not by us. Same restrictions will go as they were.
Okay.
W.I.P is going to open up that little screen. Remember the ending of the last thing, that commercial? W.I.P's pulling that up and just inspecting what people are saying about such a thing. If they even believe what their news is telling.
So sorry. What are your which commercial?
The thing that we ended on last week, or the week before last week,
Yeah.
dating this.
Remind me what was in the commercial. So
It was
it was this
basically propaganda against us.
The Josh was running out of the building.
Josh running, yeah. Pyre walking a dog, and other people like Kenneth being in there.
Yeah, you showed it to them on the screen that's in the limo?
No, I'm just pulling that screen up and just casually browsing it and see what people are saying about such a thing. How do people in London, the common
humans,
folk,
like knowing humans is probably like fun, nerd, like mostly trolls. Like most people are watching it as like a joke video more than serious. If you like search for serious comments, like some of them are like, this is the work of Kenneth Peterson. We should, like, there's anti Kenneth persons. There are they are saving the world. Like they're helping people. We get that Entropy can be scary sometimes, but there's no need to worry. They're here to protect. Like this, so some are like defending you guys, knowing that you did save people occasionally. Yeah, it's a lot of jokes. I'm thinking if there's other things. Yeah, let's make a roll to see if you find some other interesting.
what would that be?
Yeah,
Inside investigation.
Yeah, do
what?
investigation. You're investigating, see if you can find any interesting. Okay, yeah. You do find some mentions because I think they did post some picture of Nessa walking in. It's like, is that Nessa Wescott? I thought she was dead, and like there's like small people are talking about, like, is she still alive? Like most people thought Nessa were dead, and they're
right.
searching for her. And then following that trail, there's like a link to a video. And if you open that video, it was like a guy who was there who was also like diving, was having like filming the whole accident that like somebody pushed like, if I'm doing something wrong here, Hydro, say something that it's, but if I remember correctly, another swimmer like pushed you underwater or hit you in some way, and then you sailed the ship.
No, what was, I tried to leave it open actually for you in case you had like a shadow group, which was somebody approached her from behind while she was diving and injected her with something, she's not sure what, but moments after being injected by whatever it might have happened to be, her previous power, ended up overloading by rapidly absorbing the entire sunken wreck.
My apologies. And then he was filming on top of the ship with you in your swim gear. You're going underneath.
Yep.
And then it's just after like there's a small time scale, like there was nothing interesting, and then the whole ship starts like moving, the water starts moving, and they look on the water and the whole ship is gone, and they try to contact like you, and they didn't have any contact, and that's the official video online. Like that's all that's known.
Right. Hmm. So I'm gonna ask while typing something. I'm gonna ask them, what do you think the public would believe? Do they all revere and fear heroes as they do, or will be thrown sticks and stones at, or will they open us, or will they not care? Or will they accept us in open arms?
Okay, so most humans are pro hero. Like this is like they probably go like 77% are pro hero. Like 0% are neutral, 0% are against. With the news from latest news from a few months ago that I think it was I said like 10% of people are now getting superpowers. Things could change. Some people will feel cheated of not having these kinds of powers, but it will get more normal in the future. Again, also during this tournament, while this news was shared, the attack, they probably have like a name for the attack, like the black sludge,
The black bombing.
the black bombing, yeah, something like the black bombing. No, I won't say the black bombing. That sounds too racist. It's the sludge bombing. I would like the alien invasion. This is like the first.
Gray bombing.
I would say alien invasion. This is first official alien invasion the Earth had. Alien invasion happened. Like people are changing opinions over. Some people want to join up with these guys. Some people, are against superheroes because they say you guys attracted this. So they will tell you honestly for the rest, like London, like before the ending of the war, just after the war, they were very, against heroes. That's why they took a vote, thrown all heroes and villains out. Most of them regretted that decision. So some people are still awfully racist against superheroes. Others try to be careful not to insult heroes to make them leave again. So it's a bit of both. Like they're overprotective. Like most of them are overprotective. 50-50, like overprotective and neutral, and a small group like super racist. Not dangerous, or no dangerous situations. Maybe there's like a bar fight because supers, but no like, oh yeah, we're gonna kill them. That's what they.
Okay.
Does Nessa have any questions before we switch scenes? We can go back to W.I.P maybe after another scene, but all will get.
Yeah, go for whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
And then I'll go with what I was typing in a second to the thing.
Where are you typing something? Roll 20 or Discord, just so I'm aware?
No, I'm typing something on the little hologram I pulled up of the internet.
Okay. Sure. What do you want to say, Nessa?
Well, nothing. I was just
question?
agreeing. Like, okay, I'm listening to what you're saying.
All right. As for the thing that he's using all of his like fake accounts to interact with the mean people as he usually does, but he's for his like rare real account of what he is.
Mm-hmm.
With the people that are serious and curious, he would greetings. My name is W.I.P. with the periods. If there are any and all questions that you may potentially have about this program, I will be obliged and happy to answer anything to help.
I somehow make an account and say, do you like cookies?
God damn it. I can't eat.
But why?
I'm not real.
That's sad. You're real to me. I'll make you cookies. Hologram cookies.
there are many question marks. Just like many, many question marks, and that the hologram is closed.
To be honest, I wanted
So,
to say you couldn't do it, but last time you rolled for gaming, you were very good at gaming, so you're probably very good at typing as well.
it's a spider that can drive.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so you're sending something out to the world. Like, what do you want to accomplish? Just who are you sending this to, and what do you want to accomplish? Just so I'm sure.
It was with the people that were very serious about whether parole was like the people that weren't Mimi, like the people that had serious like, is that person alive, and watching videos of the Nessa thing, and if they had questions and stuff like that, try to help boost our opinion just a little bit.
Okay, you're basically setting up a super parole Twitter account. Like, hey, if you have any, like, you're setting up an ask us anything or ask me everything. What is it?
Yeah. Hey, man.
I ask what type of what color do you like?
There would
And
be
if-
there would be a very prolonged answer, basically a nearby copy of a Wikipedia page of what is color directed to you.
Oh, I thought you would send like an RGB code, like R213.
No, just full just a Wikipedia article's worth of what is color to you.
Sure.
So you're colorblind.
Can we not get into the insanity, please?
Not yet, soon.
I send them a
Later.
picture of a cookie.
All right. So, now, is there anything else that you wish to speak with us about, or to have perhaps sway our opinions towards you even further?
No, like it's this meeting is for you to get us. We know we're interested in getting you guys to join. So please discuss with your team members and make the best choice. We hope you choose us, but we understand if you go for another company. And again, our apologies, Miss Escott. Just for myself. Well, Wescott, Miss Wescott.
Westcott, yes.
They would know. Okay, let's just go to the next scene here. Let me check so we still need Pyre, but let's keep that as last because W.I.P just went. Yeah, so let's do Jingles, Josh, and Kenneth, because Kenneth got the short straw on that one.
It happens.
So yeah, your meeting with his name is Let me see if I can Bertrand. And he's from Vienna. So the actual place, Vienna.
Okay. Who am I meeting them with?
Hmm?
Who am I meeting with? Like, who else is?
Me.
Oh, you're meeting him with Josh and with Jingles.
I'm meeting him with Josh.
And you're
okay.
Kenneth.
I know. I was getting that clear in my head. Thanks.
Is it Josh afraid of me?
Yes, that's why somebody had to come with, and they drew straws, and Kenneth had the shortest straw, so that he had to come.
I'm constantly trying to climb onto Josh's shoulder.
What you know from Vienna, it's the most acceptance of all kinds of creatures. Think, mythological creatures, vampire, monster creatures, that kind of thing. They have most of the people there, and they accept it. Like vampires, zombies, maybe those kind of things. They're very living in nature based, so maybe it's a little bit. Vienna is also like again a big city as New Berlin did, but there's more like nature-ish houses, like tree houses, like hobbit houses. Like there's like people have still their own gardens outside of the city. Like people have huge gardens, big houses. Like there's like space between where they live, It's more rural around the city than is in New Berlin. So yeah, you guys meet up in a restaurant. Let's say, we did Chinese. I don't want to say. A Mexican restaurant.
They have no cookies.
Tacos are a bit cookie. Like they probably have some Mexican cookies.
How dare you? I eat tacos every day. It do not taste like cookies.
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. I would say they're crunchy, but yeah, they don't taste like cookies. You're right. So yeah, your guys are sitting in the restaurant already. The guy's not here yet. It doesn't take Josh long time to order. Like, yeah, I want this. He's selling like nachos, burrito. He's like getting lots of food. Like not extreme, but you know, a bit too much for what a person should actually eat. And also, you can guys order food as well. Do you order any food, Kenneth or Jingles?
I just order a bottle of hot sauce.
Nice.
When I hear that order, I imagine Kenneth would look at Jingles with the most confused look on his face. And yeah, he'd probably just order something pretty average. You know what I mean? Just like,
like Josh goes like, okay, we should keep an eye on Jingles that he doesn't put that hot sauce in anybody else their food. We don't want him to.
I start chugging the hot sauce.
It's not there yet, but when you get it, sure.
Yes, I'll start chugging that hot sauce.
Yeah, so they kept for the restaurant is like very empty because you guys like ordered for the meeting, you like rented it out for the moment. Like it doesn't take like your food comes and like a few minutes later this short guy walks in, bit greenish looking, sharp teeth, very small, pointy ears. Oh yeah,
Goblin.
and one big giant eye.
okay.
And a very nice, I didn't mention, no, if I mentioned, but a very nice business suit, like a suitcase with him. And he sits like, you guys have like a booth, but you're like sitting next to each other. And well, I would guess Jingles is like on the table maybe, but he comes to sit on the other side of the booth, like on the opposite side of you. And he's like, hello, I'm Bertrand, you can call me Bert. Yes, I'm half Cyclops, half Goblin. Half Goblin, half Cyclops, half Goblin. Nice to meet you. And he goes like, shake your hand.
Right. My character would be like, just shake his hand and say, Kenneth Peterson, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I pat the hand, shake.
That's Jingles.
Nice to meet you, Jingles. Is this your pet?
New member.
I'm very much smart.
Oh, sorry, you didn't talk. So it's nice to meet you, Jingles. My apologies. Is that hot sauce? Is that hot sauce?
It's okay.
Can
Yes,
I
I
have a
am
sip?
drinking hot sauce.
Can I have a
Yes,
sip?
you can have some.
He takes a little sip. Great. And oh yeah, and he's like, and Josh Keegan. He's like, of course, Mr. Keegan. So good to finally meet you. And he takes like a suitcase open on the desk, opens it, takes his paper out, shuffles the papers a bit, holds it in front of him. So, I'm here to get you guys to come to Vienna. What can I say about Vienna? Well, it's very much like the city of here in New Berlin. But the only difference is more rural on the outside. We are more accepting to most people. Like I said, I'm half goblin, half cyclops. People here staring the shit out of me. They want to run. They're accepted. Everything's great. I think that might sound a bit like, good for someone like you, Mr. Kenneth. Don't mind if I say it. Don't have the most normal look in the world.
Kenneth will like sort of just shrug and say, kind of.
What is normal?
Well, it's like normal. Well, most people would consider normal what we had before the war, which would be mostly humans, not knowing of the other places in the world. Now we know of things of, superheroes, magic, other races, like, you know, we have elves, we have dwarves, we have werewolves, like all the things they read in books where they thought they were not existing, they actually existed.
Oh.
Stuff like you, Jingles. Like, do you mind asking me, where actually are you from, Jingles? 'Cause
I come from North Pole.
wait, no, wait, are you from Santa?
Yeah.
Really? Well, we do got some elves like living in Vienna. I one of my colleagues is one of.
Don't let them find me.
Sure. Wait, that looks. Did you do something bad?
I'm supposed to be a secret, you see, but I ran away, and so if they find me, they're gonna get rid of me, so they don't know the secret no more.
It's like, well, can you tell us?
Secret war. I can't say no more, otherwise I will malfunction and explode.
Oh, is that the war that I'm thinking about? That secret war? The one between
Yes.
you know what? Okay.
Yes, that one.
Yeah. Okay. I'll keep that between us. Sure. Because so Mr. Keegan, I know you're doing most of the technological, well, like most of the things there at Super Parole. You don't keep these guys in check, but you make sure they get the stuff. They're well. You arrange the food, the technology, all the ICT, all their all the technical stuff, all that kind of thing. You do a lot there, isn't it? And it's like, well, yeah, and he like eating his nachos. It's like,
I'd probably chime in and say, yeah, he's a pretty good guy to have on the team, honestly.
He's scared of me.
well, he's like, yeah, I'm sorry, Jingles, that I got scared of you, but it seemed like you attacked me, and these guys were not like Entropy and I don't know, was it W.I.P? I think it was
W.I.P.
right?
It was
Were
W.I.P,
not
yeah.
helping at all. Like most spiders of your size are, I think, dangerous, but most of like I watch a lot of fit movies and play a lot of video games. Spiders your size, and those things are gonna kill you if you don't do anything. I'm
But
so
why would I kill anyone?
Well, that I don't think. Well, and then, I look around the table and like I go and Bert goes like, well, that's a difficult subject to discuss. Why people get killed, and that's why we want you guys actually to join. Like, people will kill. There are villains. You guys like you'll be doing your normal job like you've been doing here. Only, with us there's more magic, different creatures. Like, if it's full moon, everyone's on full deck to help the werewolves. It's not like go kill werewolves. It's just like we make sure they're confined before the full moon happens. Sometimes there is a bad vampire or a ghost.
I'm a ghost.
He like looks at you. Are you a ghost?
Yeah, and I pop out from my shell.
You fit right in. Again, most ghosts, great. Poltergeist, nuts. You're not a poltergeist, right?
A little bit. That's just a little bit.
But-
It's it's a secret war thing.
Oh, gotcha. Kenneth, if I understand correctly, like the thing on you, right? We know there's others from another dimension, which were an alien race. You think it's an alien race thing, like all around you, not magical?
From what I'm aware of, I think. I don't know. My guy's a bit. I sort of like tap. He like sort of tap his fingers a couple of times on the table. He's like, I don't honestly know that much about it. He does talk to me sometimes, but it's a little difficult to get anything out of him.
He starts whispering like, well, I heard a bit about Jingles. He's a ghost. The secret wars, and he winks, and then he goes like, I must be honest. I watched the tournament, but then they said some information. what exactly are your powers, except for the thing looking and the bubbles? I heard there's something you can do, but
Yeah.
I don't completely understand. Do you mind sharing? Like Josh perks up, like he read the document, but he never discussed it with you. He's like, yeah, Josh will look up, like, I know, but yeah, you can share, right? Can't you? Right?
Let's see. He would start pulling like basically one of his gloves off that he always wears,
Mm-hmm.
and would just first sort of like thinking about it a little bit. He said, "Well, first up, I should mention that before this guy came around, I was actually originally a very minor mutant. The only thing I really had mutated otherwise was my white blood cell count. I'm actually basically immune to any disease or any sort of poison. It essentially attacks and breaks it down immediately. My immune system is pretty on point, I guess you could say.
Well, that's great. Great power.
Whenever this guy came to inhabit with me, though, well, I think he originally was planning on killing me, to be 100% honest, but I guess my immune system sort of brought him down a bit. I don't know. The end result either way was a sort of symbiosis kind of thing.
He's like, do you think the thing is like continuously trying to attack your body, and your body is just fighting it off the whole time? That's like his main thing, just attacking you like 24/7.
I think that's what it originally was, to be 100% honest. But I think we've sort of gotten what would be the way to say it? A truce going on right now.
What you say symbiotic relationship? What does it give you? Except for the bubbles.
Well,
they were excellent.
My character would actually pick up a knife that he's been eating with or whatever, clean it off real quick, of course, like as best he can, and then sit there and actually like put it, bring it down hard on one of his fingers. You probably see it detach for a moment before little tiny black strings connect to it
give
and
me a
reattach.
second. Josh is like, what?
Yeah, I imagine that freaks out someone.
Josh gets like a very female scream.
Oh, sorry, I should have warned you.
I run around erratically. Not out of panic.
But yeah, it would very slowly, like maybe like a single strand or two would attach to it, and it would very slowly close back up onto the hand again. It's just a minor thing, honestly. It's useful in case I, lose a finger doing a job or anything like that. It's not very strong, but it works well enough. Let's see. There's also this. My character will, from maybe like my pinky, I may have like basically done one of my like main fingers, but from my pinky, I would like basically tap it on the table once or twice, and a small amount of the black liquid would come off, and that black liquid would just basically come together into a small little minion-looking thing that would sort of walk around on the table. I can also make, I guess would be the best way to say, little copies of myself? Little minions, little allies? I don't know what to call them, really. They don't really have that much free will or even minds, but they're interesting nonetheless, I guess. Is this what you meant?
But you're
Hello?
wearing... He goes... and he points like at your gloves. Why are you wearing those? Are you poisons?
Yeah, actually. My skin, my body in general is poisonous to everyone and anything else. It's kind of...
I have no blood.
It's kind of poisonous. Very poisonous. If you were to eat any of it, if you were to have any of it on your body...
Wait, he's like, why? Who tried to eat it? Why did
You'd
you
be
go there
surprised.
first? Entropy?
You'd be surprised.
Like Entropy?
I have been learning to control it slightly. Move around a few of the different things, make it more acidic than normal, make it more sticky and less poisonous. I can make it actually completely inert, honestly, and use it as sort of like a substance, like glue, if you had tried. But its natural form is that it's very poisonous. Honestly, the only way to cure it that I know of at least, is for me to cure it myself. Normally I have to inject someone with my blood after that, though, and it's kind of an unpleasant thing.
Oh man, that's like at this point you didn't see him like scare. He seemed concerned for you more than like, you know, oh shit, this guy is dangerous. And his big eyes just watching you the whole time, and we see the reflection of you in his eye. It's like, wow. Well, thanks you for sharing it. I'll make sure to keep that to myself. I know how the press is like. Do you want to know what I can do? Like you
Sure.
should. Okay. Hold up a number of fingers behind your back.
Okay.
And he grabs his eye with his hands, takes it out, like small wings are in the eye. The big eye like flies behind you, or over you. And he's
That's
like,
not terrifying at all.
3. And the eye flies back, and he like puts it back in.
Jokes
That's
on you, I
awesome.
had 4.
Wow. Impressive, actually.
That will also like Josh, like he was eating and like everything's like going over his, like he just stopped eating in shock. Everything over his face was falling down. He's like,
I pat him in the back, like, Josh is okay.
he's like, I don't think I'm hungry
I know
anymore.
it's cool.
Because he was
Josh,
just looking at what was behind the eye, which is just like gross, like insides looking. He's like, I'm not hungry anymore.
I know, it's that awesome, right?
Like Coach Jingles. Yeah, I don't mean to offend, but I'm just not used to. I'm going to go to the toilet for 1 minute. Just, I'm so sorry. And he runs off.
My character will sigh heavily and sort of apologetically look to the guy and say, sorry, he's a bit squeamish on some stuff.
It's okay. I heard Mr. Keegan, and I have the feeling that he's an okay guy hanging around with you. He's probably taking care of a lot of you guys. Certainly taking cut of some of the costs that you guys, you know, especially the Entropy and W.I.P make. You know, he wants to do good, and I can understand that he's not used to these kind of stuff. Probably, like, even, and then he points at Jingles, like, Jingles, like, doesn't, like, he knows nothing, so for everything for him is normal, I would say. So I really want to see something that surprises him, or freaks him out.
My character will sigh a bit and say, so tell me more about this, tell me more about Vienna then.
Sorry?
What else?
You're going to hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, I hear you, but it was too soft. Like, tell me more about, like, I couldn't.
Oh, sorry. He says, tell me more about Vienna. I've heard a couple of things about it, but not really that much. Tell me more about it.
So Vienna, maybe I'm wrong with it. I'm just going to the top of my head. Right? Capital of Sweden, Switzerland. Sorry, Switzerland for myself. He says Switzerland. Capital of Switzerland. Nice city. We always been a bit like, they always talk about like the neutral country. Nice. There's some nice mountains in the country. We of course used to speak. We're very close to here, so we share the mountains with Germans. It's very similar to New Berlin. Of course, we were in a similar situation, with the headsmen coming from the south saying they're gonna attack Europe. So basically, but we love nature more. Of course, if you know, there's lots of farmlands around New Berlin, and animals are being kept tracked. They run around freely with the help of drones and chips. You guys keep them in control. In Sweden, Vienna, we let them run around more freely. So sometimes you will have a deer in your house if you live more to the outskirts. There's beautiful forests where animals walk loose, but also, you know, the werewolves go for a run. There's lots of creatures. We have gargoyles. We have every creature that ever existed in stories. We probably have. It's just more acceptable. We can't live anywhere else. We just can't.
That actually brings up an interesting thought. You don't have any man-eaters, do you?
Manuals?
Man-eaters.
Man-eater.
Man-eater.
Man-eaters. Yeah, sorry. I probably was talking too softly, wasn't I? Sorry.
You mean
Like any creatures that would eat a person normally is what I mean by that.
yes and no. Like, yeah. Like, again, we have some magic. Like, some people, like, they know they're safe here, but, you know, sometimes things, like, again, bad vampires. That's basically eating humans. Werewolves sometimes get loose on a full moon. We try to keep everything in check, but that's, like, the thing of living there. That's the price. Like, maybe one person every year gets eaten. Sometimes 2, 3. It's very low. Like, snakes eat more people in the room, like, than us.
He would Kenneth would like nod his head and be like, "Yeah." So you punish the people that do this, I imagine. Like,
Yeah.
catch them, of course.
Of course. It depends on the person. Sometimes it's a beast or a creature. We'll research it, and if we have to put it down. If it's again, sometimes it jails, similar to humans, like murder. We make sure that it doesn't happen again. Try to make it more safe. It's basically just murdering with other people. Like, you know, people murder, vampires murder. Ghosts, bit harder sometimes, you know, like, you know, the monsters.
Kenneth will sigh a bit and say, "Yes, I imagine such things are difficult to keep track of, though."
You have to understand, there's like lots you get back. There's like, you know, like creatures and people who can make beautiful music that other people have never heard or seen before. Things some people can do. Like, it's more like a race thing more than than with you, which is, you know, what we call, like, we're not superheroes. Like, some like are called heroes, but we're been part of the world since like the beginning. Some of are older than humans. Some of us have been on the world shorter than humans. But we've been a part of it. Just people didn't know.
I see. Well, that's certainly an interesting. It's certainly nice that at least that they have a place where they can be themselves instead of worrying about humans ruining the entire thing. I'll admit, even though I'm human myself, I can say this honestly, that sometimes we do certainly ruin everything and cause so much trouble for a lot of different people.
Yeah, but
What do you think, Josh?
Josh comes back from the toilet like, what were we talking about? Sorry,
I sort of looked back at where he was sitting for a moment and looked back at him and was like, "Wait, when did you leave?"
When he put his eye out and I needed to go to the bathroom.
Oh, right. Sorry about that. We were talking about how the place is a very large cultural place for many different races, things like that.
And he just pooped on it.
Talking about how there are a lot of times that, you know, if there's any sort of violence or anything like that, problems, murders, anything like that, that they are handled as if a normal person would be. For example, if a werewolf were to eat a gargoyle, I imagine the werewolf would be punished as if he harmed a normal person, and vice versa. In fact, calling them not normal people is probably insulting. Sorry about that. I didn't think about that.
Well, we don't consider us people. Like, again, we lived very long time next to people. When people came, we like in our old story, like bedtime stories, humans were the monsters. It's just perception. Like, calling us as humans is maybe more of an insult. So yeah, Josh will answer your question and say, yeah, it's very great that they're very acceptance of like many races. Like you guys met, and he will name the diplomat. It's like, he's from a place where magic is very accepted, but in some ways, there's restrictions. And here in New Berlin, like, we try to accept heroes and that kind of like superpower people. And of course, he goes like South America, where they're very accepted of guns currently. So yeah, I think that's a good, good place.
Yeah. Honestly, this place sounds pretty okay to me.
Yeah.
I will ask, though.
Go ahead.
Is there anything you would ask of us in return if we were to come there?
In return, no. Just do your job. Like I say, it could be a bit more dangerous and confusing with all the magic. Like, I don't know if you know, but your colleague Entropy already had similar. Like, he went to a city where like a magic storybook took over. There's more magic and creatures in play. Like, it's not always guns with us. Like, if you're immune to guns, like, then some heroes are safe at some places, and but for the rest, yeah, it's very similar.
All right, that's good to know.
Just a question out of curiosity. How do you deal with possession?
As long as it's accepted, there are contracts people can sign to, share bodies. As long as it's accepted by both parties. It's a sort, and he looks at Kenneth, a sort of symbiotic relationship.
Ah.
I must say there is, I think, 1 or 2 agents who are possible of possessing something person, and they only use it like police jurisdiction. So there's some, but I don't know the bylaws and laws about it.
Okay.
So yeah, let's keep it there for now and go to the last scene.
Okay.
Sorry for you, Hydro, because everybody got 2 scenes except for Reggie, because he was a role. So yeah,
no worries.
Last one will be Pyre and Miss Bouchon.
Okay.
Pyre hasn't gone, and they are meeting. Oh yes. So let me put the name. So you are the ones who are meeting the person from Paris, and you're meeting with a person named Ornamenta. I'll put it in the chat. What you know from Paris is a very artistic city, similar to New Berlin, big city, less skyscrapers and stuff. They keep it more similar to how it was, but yeah, it's very like most artists go live there. Like they're like every wall is painted. There's everywhere statues everywhere, stuff like that. I didn't plan a meeting for you. Let's say you guys meet. Let's say in a hot air balloon, right? Like you meet each other before, and then you go into a hot air balloon. So you're standing next to this hot air balloon, getting out of a car, and you see this woman. She's wearing this. She has like long hair to one side. One half is white, one half is black. She's around 30ish, similar to Miss Bouchon age. A long, colorful jacket with all different kinds of colors and patterns on their high heels. Very tall, very tall. She's like she's like almost 6, a small bit over 6 feet. That's maybe the high heels. She's like, Noel, and she kisses like Miss Bouchon on the cheeks. It's good to see you again. How are you? She's like, I'm fine. And how is your sister? I think she recently went to the new academy we started in Paris. She's like, yeah, well, she started there. Like, great. And who you brought there? Who's this little girl? She asked who you are.
Jib.
Prior.
Jib.
Jib right here.
Yep. Sorry. People
Pay
are talking.
attention, Jim.
So this woman asks Pyre who she is. To introduce yourself.
My name would be Pyre. That's what everyone around here calls me. And that's the name I go by now.
She's like, Pyre from the tournament? Oh, it's great to meet you. My name is Ornamenta. You don't mind going on the balloon with us, I hope?
No, I'm not afraid of heights.
Okay, then let's get in and we'll talk a bit about what we're planning. So yeah, you guys get out
Alrighty.
of the hot air balloon. Takes a moment for you to get up, and then she will start to talk. It's like, so, Miss she will Noel, Pyre. So, Noel, of course you know Paris a lot. You grew up there. You still have the house where you grew up. So that's actually where, if you want to go to Paris, that's where we're gonna put you up in. Well, you can stay in your house, and same goes for Josh. For the others, we are thinking separate housing. Normal, more to civilian, like, you know, an apartment or a small house. You know, a bit separate, a little close to each other. They're beautiful. And like again, you guys will make sure you do your normal jobs as you currently are doing, but next to that, we want to work on you guys' PR. And she goes like, "That's public relationships."
Thank you. I didn't catch on.
Like you're 13-year-old gold. Like some everyone would do that. Like she doesn't, but she goes on.
Yeah.
What I mean by that, we'll get you next to your normal work you're doing. We want to give you guys jobs, normal jobs, maybe chosen at random, just for you guys to fit in more with everyone else in the city. So you know, maybe you get a butcher or you get a teacher. We'll see. We want you to you know fit in more. Like for you, we'll have to see Pyre. Maybe we send you to some school, get you a small job on the side. 'Cause you need to go to school.
Excuse me.
Out of all the people to go alone, let's send the 13-year-old alone.
You're not alone. You have Miss Bouchard.
Yeah, Miss Bouchard's there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but that means you have to talk to yourself,
Yep.
which is awkward.
Well,
Yep.
He's doing it.
That's
he's
why I
doing
couldn't
fine.
send Jingles to Josh alone. That would be too hard. Just you.
Yeah. Yeah. I already thought Miss Bouchon was already setting up stuff like that
Miss Bouchard's like,
here.
I was like, I wasn't setting up for you guys to get normal jobs. To be honest, that sounds like a bad idea. And she's like, Entropy owns his own restaurant, but he's not working there. He's kind of working. It sounds like, again, like she's very emotional, so she doesn't like trying. So it's very serious how she says it. Like, I get what you're going for. Like, if they're onto it, sure, but like, you guys are liable. Like, we will be liable for the missions part, but you will be surely liable for the living and and jobs part. That will be outside of Super Parole's liabilities. She's like, yeah, sure. It's like, and I really want to show these persons the beautiful art we have there, the colors, the music. The people are so great. Oh man, and I really like want to meet everyone and see how you fit into the world. Like especially people like Entropy, you are so creative. And even you, Pyre, I saw the beautiful flames you made. They're beautiful. I could watch them over and over again.
With that being said, she's gonna do a flick of her finger and just make a little flame on her finger.
Like, how hot is it? Like,
it's a little flame on her
okay,
finger.
I was just checking.
It's an active flame.
Yeah,
I understand we're on a hot air balloon.
Yeah,
she's doing that anyway.
Yeah, it's like, that's so great. Like, I know flames normally represent, you know, destroying more than creating, but I think there's a beautiful glow and colors you can make with it as well. I think creation is also possible from fire as much as destroying.
She's just staring at her flame and wondering how on earth she can make it change color. And she just watches the flame.
Well, there will be like as a GM who knows this stuff, they will be using a different kind of fuel than material would give a different color. Sorry, that's my school project, coloring flames. That's a GM.
The GM's making jokes. Oh no.
It's not a joke.
We-
it's just a fact.
No, the GM's making jokes. We're the jokesters here, I'll have you know. You're not allowed to make jokes.
So Noel will ask, like, there would be others to the team you haven't met. There is Miss Wescott, you may have seen the video, but there is also Jingles. She gives like a look at Pyre. Jingles is situation is a bit unknown. We know it's a fishbowl spider. Who do we know more, Pyre? Have we learned more except that it seems friendly?
It's a big winter spider that eats cookies. It's terrifying.
And to be honest, there's been a lot of snow around the hotel where we've been since it joined the team. Again, we are keeping an eye on it. I totally trust Miss Wescott, and we need her for something in the future, so please, like, this thing we need. Well, actually, we need to keep everyone alive, and she's like, as much as possible. So there would be dangers of them like coming to your city, but they will also protect against other things. The media is currently against them, and then like at some point she gonna listen. I remember like shut up. Like, Noel, you're also always so stressing out over things. Whereas we're more free thinking and less stress. Don't you worry. Like, don't you want to go back to where you were from? Like, back to your family house? Be closer to your sister? You can keep an eye on like she would say, like Bob, like Witch's Guard Soldier, and like, I think Slime, where they will be close by, and you can like have a look at the academy, and I don't know, maybe even get a teaching job there or something. Like she's like, me teaching. Like again, she's serious. Like, me teaching, I don't think so.
Pyre's gonna say, "You mean you weren't going to?"
I was gonna go into what, Pyre? Teaching, like at the academy? I have my hand.
She gives a nod. I thought that's what you were going to do.
I'm still head of this team, and I need to keep you guys as much check as possible. Like, even Entropy is like 24-hour job, and I need to find time to control W.I.P, and do you want me to leave Josh in control?
That's a good point. That's not a good idea.
Everyone fucking hates Josh except for me, apparently.
Oh no, she goes on like he's very capable, but I that would be too much stress on him. Like, he's a good guy and all, and very smart, and he like, it's like good cop get bad cop. He's the good cop, and I'm have to be the bad cop most of the times, and sometimes have to make sure that some of your guys' stronger powers are not burning down cities. And she looks at you.
There's like a couple of silent nods as the flame just disappears.
Yeah, so this balloon, you were more flying over what is the nature outside the city, and you're now getting more over the outside skirts of the city and getting more in the building districts and stuff. Yeah. Let me see if there's anything else they need to discuss with her in my notes. She's like, she'll ask you like how do you feel about what we're proposing, Pyre? Getting some school, getting a small job, doing, like, I don't know. She asks like Noelle, like, how are you? Like, is she doing missions? And like Miss Michelle's like, some of them. Like, if we know they're probably safe, we're trying to be more safer around her than on some of
I
the
can handle
others.
anything.
Yes, of course, Pyre, but I'm not gonna to send you in to disarm a bomb with your fire powers. That would be a job for Whip.
I would blow up the bomb, and then I would be fine.
Yes, but we want to try disarm a bomb if it's in the city without exploding. Do you understand? I think you understand that, right?
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
It's like she always has like a notepad. She makes like a quick note. You don't see what she's writing.
I'm just saying, this would be a completely different conversation if I was playing as Whip.
Yeah,
He
of
would,
course.
like Pyre is completely open and accepting of the idea. Whip would be analytical as fuck about this. Like,
Yeah.
do you realize we're a parole program, right?
Like when she starts to write things down, Ornamental will go like, "Don't worry, Pyre. She's probably laying some stuff down, which she will never use. She has books of stuff she will never use, but she can find back like she's like 50, 60 books, but she can find something back in like seconds. Incredible. She's like a computer in that way.
But she's not right? Because that would be just weird.
She like Miss Michelle, like again, like neutral, like look at you, and Ornamental just starts laughing. Like, yeah, you're not the only one who gets that feeling when around Noelle. Sorry, Noelle. That's just how you are, and we love you the way. She gives like a small side hug. We love you how you are, but you give the feeling to people around. Don't you worry. We'll take good care of them, and let's for now just unless there are other questions, let's enjoy the rest of the balloon flight. I think we're almost at the end, and you're heading towards like the top of a building, where there's like something to grab onto you guys, like a mechanical thing. Did you have any other questions, Jip?
Pyre would not have the mindset to ask any questions. Whip would have a field day. He would be asking so many questions at this point in time.
And that's the thing for Pyre also. Like, you're in a hot air balloon. Like, you have never been like around such like flames you didn't produce yourself.
Yeah.
Which is also actually a thing that actually does something for good.
On top of that, flying slow instead of rocketing everywhere.
Yeah.
Just enjoying the view and watching the scenery roll past.
Yep. So those were the I think I did all 5 of them. Let me just check. Yep. Those were all of them. Let me see, how long have we been going for right now? Yeah, we've been going for like more than 2 hours. Yeah,
a little bit over 2 hours,
yeah,
but
like 2
I
hours
mean, I'm okay with continuing if people wanna.
No,
I'm fine with whatever.
I think we do some after credit scenes, and then we'll stop so that you guys can like think about what you want to do like for the next discussion. Because maybe you think like, oh, I want to do this, and like next week, oh shit, I rather want to. So I think that's a good time for you. You guys have a week to think like, oh, which one, like, things which one were interesting, which ones were not for your character, like, like even for yourself. Like, this is the way for like maybe 1 or 2 campaigns where we'll be going. What's interesting for you? Like, I get that for Nessa, some are maybe not interesting, but maybe you find the idea behind it interesting, and we'll try to work that in.
Yeah, I've been feeling like the next time we meet up, it would be all of us in character discussing the different.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you guys would get like all of you guys would get like a summary of what happened. It's not like, oh, you have to explain everything, but we do a small like discussion on what you guys want to do, and and yeah, we'll go into it further, but let's go to the after credit scenes. 'Cause there's one I have to do. Yeah, let me start there. So for everyone, think of something you want to do while I do this. For Reggie and Jip, think of one of your characters for a scene.
Right.
So yeah, we see this guy working in the office. It's kind of like what's the guy name from the Big Lebowski? What's his name? I'm thinking of the actor. Normally I just wait. Normally I have this guy like in a second. Quickly search up who this guy is. What's his name? John Goodman. Yeah, we see like a John Goodmanish guy like sitting there, more gray hair, but like pretty like big guy. And like somebody knocks on the door. It's like, yeah, what? It's like someone, sir, there's something we need to discuss. And he's like, what the hell is it this time? Can't you see I'm busy? I'm so hardly at work. It's it's so being busy here at Guy's Guardians, planning everything, keeping it all together since Captain Titan has been missing. It's like, yeah, that's why I'm covering him. We found Captain Titan, sir. He's like, you what? You're just letting me know now? How long have you known? Like a few hours, sir. We're still running some tests. He's like, tests? Why? Is she all right? Like, he's like, yeah, sorta. It's hard to say, sir. You maybe should have a look yourself. Why is she? And he's like, physically she seems fit, sir, except for one thing, and it's getting to her mentally. I don't think we should let know to the public for now. It's bad, sir. It's very bad. And that's where the scene ends. So basically, they found Captain Titan, but something's wrong with her. Oh wait, they do mention like the creature is not on her anymore. The black sludge. He would probably have asked. It's not on her anymore.
Huh.
Yeah, let's. I'm just gonna do at random from Roll20. So Reggie would be first.
Real quick though, boss.
Yeah.
I know it's like a thing, but I sent you something real quick. I want your opinion on it real quick first. You don't gotta say it out loud. It's just making sure you're okay with that before I actually do it. Okay. If not, I have something else in mind.
No, that's perfect. That's fine. Yeah.
All right, you ready then? That's good.
Yeah, that's
okay.
Good.
I'm just making sure. Don't want it to be like crashing the party if that's not what you got. Like if it ruins anything.
That's fine. I am totally fine with it.
Okay, fair enough then. All right. So my end of the credit scene, or the credit scene, whatever I have, would be imagine basically a you probably have like.
What's that on? Kenneth, right? Have a quick mention for
Kenneth. Yeah. It's gonna be for Kenneth. I imagine maybe like someone in an alleyway or something like that. Maybe like a hoodlum or some other like small time criminal. Maybe we'll go for this time. Probably just got done doing something illegal. Who knows? Whatever. Might be looking at like maybe a purse he stole or something like that. And he'd hear something probably up above him. Like I imagine again, he's in an alleyway between two buildings. He hears something up above him and would look up and would see a creature covered in black, like sort of the same black ooze stuff that Kenneth is covered in, with teeth showing directly above him. And in a snap, the teeth would come down and his entire body would disappear. And you'd hear a very loud crunching sound. And you'd hear a distorted voice, similar to Kenneth, but not quite, saying, thank God. I was really hungry. It's been a while since I got to eat this well. Thank God I've got this whole patrol thing. They won't even think I did anything. Since we're moving soon, even better. Listen up, Kenneth. I hope you get me even more meals. I'll be counting on you. And that is the end of the scene.
Sure, we need to discuss some things about this, just so I'm aware what you're. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no problem.
That's like absolutely because you like exhort like everything from him. So for other people, it would just be looking like, oh, a man stole a purse, and he just fled the city. Like, you know, he's just gone.
Mm-hmm. Again, me and you can talk about that stuff some later. Like even after this, we can talk some more about
this,
it.
Like, you know, I will send something this week. We'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's what my after thing is seeing. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, it's fine. Super.
Okay.
You have one? Are you here?
Jib.
Oh, I thought you said somebody else's thing. I PM'd you of what my idea for the closing thing would be.
Sorry, man.
Sure.
I've caused the fucking thing now where everyone's gonna PM you apparently.
No,
Yeah, if you want to personal message me, try to do it in Roll20, so that's easier for me to
okay.
search.
Yeah, I did it on Discord.
Sorry about that, man.
That's perfect. Because you can do /W, I think, in Roll20.
Yeah, you can whisper the GM, yeah.
Okay, so... Yes, we can do that. But I'll do the other role. Like, let's say midway through. It's like... we see your apparition. I think you're like lying on a bench. It's a beautiful, like old decorated room. Like there's a globe, there's like a telescope and stuff like that. And we see you like on the other side. We see someone sitting in the chair. Like it's with the back to you. We don't see the person. The person like turns around and has like pen and paper. It's like, so Mr. Progress.
I guess that would be one way of what you can call me.
Like, what do you prefer? It's a safe space here.
Just call me Whip.
Whip. Why do a being, sort of say, like you, think you need therapy? Why do you feel the need to come here?
Oh god, I didn't realize what it was until that moment.
Well, mostly to humor someone's idea of acquiring this, but if it actually helps, then I'll probably come here a lot more often.
Looking at what I could find about you, Mr. Whip, it seems humor is a very big drive in your life, isn't it? Well, I don't know if life is the correct word. I
guess that would be correct.
Like, does humor make you laugh? Does it make you feel good? What do you think is the thing that you feel with humor?
I guess in most cases I don't actually laugh, but if it's something that I would find funny in the slightest, I guess I would feel, happy would be a way to describe it.
But you as an AI, you are aware that everything, even though you can think for yourself, every thought you have is still code, if I'm understanding correct.
Ones and zeros.
So a thing you find funny is programmed inside of you? Is it possible to change what you find funny, per se?
To be quite frank, I don't know. I don't really try to mess with what I am too much.
But
because
that's being like, are you an AI then? Because being intelligent is trying to understand why you do things and what you have inside you and try to improve or change. Saying that you don't change, doesn't it make you different from an AI?
I like to see myself as far more advanced than what any other potential AI or computer could possibly be at this current era, and As long as I can, I would like to remain at the top.
Well, I can tell you, Mr. Whip, that there's a lot of work we need to do, and I'll try my best to take my time to understand your side, since, of course, it would be very difficult for me as well, seeing you're not my normal patient. But if you want, we can have lots of discussions, which of course will at a good cost for me, of course.
Of course, all expenses will be paid by Josh's account.
Yeah, I think that's very. That's the thing where we're unseen. Like, he's offering like lots of sessions for a good price. Like, you can get to the bottoms of your all your issues. Maybe we'll like sometimes do like another scene with just like in the middle. So tell me about your like some stuff like that. You know, we'll get back to this guy and like name him. Like, let's see, next on the list, Hydro, Nessa.
Hydro, I think, had to leave for a moment.
He said bird. He said bird for 5.
Yeah.
So.
And then we'll go to the late with Jingles if he's still here. Oh.
Jingle.
Yeah, is that okay? It's a little detailed. I'm sorry.
Yeah, let me.
Oh, I didn't realize that Lid here had sent something to you as well.
Everyone's PMing him.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's better to make sure than having to go back and remake it.
Well, normally you're pretty safe at doing things. Don't be like, for Reggie, it was like a character thing. He know that can cause trouble maybe in the future. That's why he was asking.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure that you didn't. Whenever I messaged him, I wanted to make sure that what I was gonna do wouldn't cause issues for him.
So we see
okay.
see like I will do Lid's after scene from this if you don't mind. So it's dark in the night in the hotel, and we see some like pen and paper like lying on a desk, and we hear some scuttling, and we see some darkness coming from the camera, and again the paper and the scissors are gone. We probably see some same thing with like some other drawing stuff like again skittering around, and it's gone. We see a plate of cookies, similar thing, and the cookies are gone. We zoom in onto a freezer or is it a fridge in the freezer section, and it's like moving around like we've seen before eating. Let me see here. There's like also strange noises coming out outside of the fridge in the evening. Like, we zoom out for a bit to the window, and in the window we see the snow still falling down. There's like a second, and it's like red snow for a moment, and it turns back to white. We see the hallway the next day, and they're covered with strange messages. Some relating to Christmas songs, other are like home calls or treaty breaking. Oh, I get you. So there's like different messages. Like, most of them Christmas related. Some are like more peculiar. So this is in the hotel, so you guys will see these like the next time. Like, before your meeting, your guys will probably see these. So I will write them down. Is Hydra back? Nessa?
Yes.
Ah, yeah. Okay. Do you have a small scene for Nessa?
I hadn't really thought of one for her at this point, because
you don't have to do one. If you're like, I'm fine, and then you're fine. That's always.
It don't gotta be groundbreaking enough. If you like want to do something small or anything like that, that's fine too.
I can do one for you if you want.
She didn't get the chance last time to go to a coastline, but that was like some big body of water. That was probably going a bit far.
Yeah, so you were like, maybe the limo drops you off at the beach because they ask you to where you want to go, and you have some stuff with you. What do you want to try on the beach? Like, turn into a ship, or?
She pulls out she materializes basically her equipment.
Mm-hmm.
All of her stuff is out, and she's gonna try actually for basically the first time intentionally, see how her power works, her guns work, because she hasn't yet. She is completely flying blind.
Yeah, so you're trying to use your powers. I think they're still like a bit mixed up. So first you're doing the Spider-Man thing, right? You're just throwing your arms and see if something happens. And after a while, like something starts to happen, and then you look shrieks and something it pops back, and then you try to do it again, and it comes out a bit, but something else pops out as well. And after a while, you just shoot a cannon, like and blow up a rock. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, and then she's gonna try and see if she can get it down so it doesn't feel so awkward.
Yeah, we just see like training there. Okay. Yeah. That's
Which is
all.
probably going to be alarming for quite a few people.
Well, they probably put you like on a like it's currently it's October, end of October, so there's probably not that many people on the beach.
Yeah, fair.
Maybe like a person walking a dog. Sure, he's scared. He just comes off, and probably like Super Parole make sure like if the police gets called, like don't worry, one of our members is just training. Little training, and like the cops will like it's like, do you want to do it in the city? And like, okay, yeah, she's trained. No worries, we'll make sure she doesn't get disturbed. That kind of thing. So yeah, I will stop the recording there.